So in this video, I wanted to take a quick look at this new multi-pen from Uni or Uniball in Japan. It's called the Jetstream 3. Some people have called it the Jetstream 3 More. And basically it's a 3-color multi-pen. So just 3 colors, no pencil. So not a 2+1, it's a 3-color with blue, black, and red ink. Blue and red are sort of the secondary colors in this pen, and they're on the sliders, and the black is on the top button or the knock, whatever you want to call it. And that's a purposeful decision here because I guess when this pen was designed, what Uni was thinking was that some percentage of writers, I guess a fairly high number of them, primarily use black ink, and they prefer that. And this pen is built for those people, or is designed with those people in mind. So what happens is the black ink is given the primary mechanism, which is the push button, and this is called the Jetstream More because it uses a new refill type. It'll be really hard to tell the difference with the 3 refills here, but the blue and the red use the standard Uni or Uniball refill called the SXR 80. The black one uses a new refill called the SXR-ML-05 or 07, depending if you buy the pen in the 05 or 07 size. And what this is essentially the same refill as the SXR80, which is their standard Jetstream ink or ballpoint ink multi-pen refill. But the actual walls of the plastic right here are thinner than on the normal ones. And what that means is it allows for 70% more ink in a refill that is compatible with the original design. So this pen, and now Uniball, offers a refill called the SXR ML that is the same size and cross-compatible with the older refills, but it has 70% more ink and 30% less plastic. Basically, it'll be hard to make this out because they're so tiny, but the wall of the plastic here on the left is a little bit thinner than the wall of the plastic here on the right. You can probably make it out. And that allows the refill to be the same diameter, so it can fit inside those holes there, but allow more ink inside there. So that's the new SXR ML refill. Interestingly, the pen only has one of them, so the black ink has 70% more ink and is given the primary position, which is the top button. The other 2 are their standard SXR80 refills, so you get less blue and red ink than black ink. So if you use a lot of black ink, this is a good pen for you. If you don't, then you get more black ink, but the other refills are just kind of normal. It seems like Uniball is going to make the refills available in black in 0.5 and 0.7 millimeter sizes. So that'll be the SXR ML. I'll write that down. This is getting probably a little confusing with all the letters and numbers. We have the SXR ML05 and the SXR ML07. Those would be the new refills with 70% higher capacity and compatible with the SXR 80 and the older SXR, not older, sorry, the different, we'll get into getting a little boring here with all the details, but the SXR 203, which is a similar multi-pen refill. They're all compatible. ML has more ink. So far, Uniball doesn't seem to have the SXR ML in blue or red or any of the other colors, so it's only black so far. I don't know if that's going to change in the future or what, but it's a nice addition. But I primarily write in blue, and I'm out of luck there. I guess I don't see any reason why they couldn't do the same with blue ink, but who knows? The ink, in case it's not clear at this point, is standard Jetstream ink, so it's a ballpoint ink, an oil-based ink, but it has that nice smoothness that we've associated with the Jetstream pens to date. Very nice saturated color. The Jetstream formula hasn't been changed, so it's the same Jetstream ink. There just happens to be more of it. As far as the rest of the pen, it's a nice multi-pen. It's not particularly thin, but it's thin enough. It has a single color throughout, which is a kind of a more modern way to go about it. Jetstream, they call it out in their sort of materials because it is what people tend to prefer nowadays. It's a hard plastic at the top, and the lower is a rubberized, sort of a grippy material. These little kind of cutout pieces here. It's actually a fairly comfortable pen. I tend to prefer my pens a little thinner. That's why I don't use a lot of multi-pens. But when I do use a multi-pen, it's almost always a Jetstream. The refill, I always press this refill, so I'm thinking it looks like it's a button as well. Sorry, the clip I always press it looks like it's a button, but it doesn't move. It doesn't slide or anything like that. It just kind of looks like it does because it has this little spring here, and that just reinforces it a little bit. I think it might be a separate piece. It seems to be like it was slid in and it's held in place with this little metal clip here. But again, doesn't move, but it works pretty well. Blue and red are on normal sliders. The mechanism is fairly interesting. You could slide this out, and then to get it up, you need to slide it here or press the button. That'll work. When you press it, the black will go down in one motion, which is nice. So it makes it very easy to get at the black ink, which is one of the big selling points of the pen. Same here, when you slide the blue down, one motion. The only thing that would interrupt this is if something is stopping the slider, then you can't really push the button down. You push down halfway, and it locks both of them until you let go, and then it could resume. No metal parts or anything like that, except for that little piece of steel there. The 3 refills, you could take them out and push them into different spots. If you want the blue on the button, you can do that because the refills are compatible. They have the same outer diameter, but the black one's only one with extra ink, obviously. As far as writing goes, I would say the best part about it is it just writes like a normal Jetstream multi-pen. So that's a very good writing experience. Nice and smooth. Very nice saturated ink. On the downside is there's a bunch of Jetstream multi-pens already. So this one doesn't bring anything really new to the table. I still like the Jetstream 3 a whole lot, the clear one. And I like the Jetstream 3 Slim, which came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago, which is very similar to this. It's very similar to all the Jetstream multi-pens, I guess, but it has a slimmer profile, which makes it more comfortable. This one has a kind of a more minimalist, kind of a cleaner, cylindrical type design, and it's the first one to introduce that new ML refill. I would imagine it would make sense if the ML refill would kind of become more popular, but it's probably more expensive to produce, so I doubt it's going to be introduced like the whole Jetstream line would get the ML refill. It'd be a little crazy for them to introduce, every pen they had all of a sudden has 70% more ink, even though obviously it'd be a real advantage to the buyers, and it'd be nice to see them using that 30% less plastic in the refill component. But at least we know that refill is out there, so you could buy your Jetstream pens and eventually put the ML refills in there. Not too much else to say past that. It's a Japanese model, came out in, I want to say November or December of 2021, so should be available in the US, at least through some Japanese pen sellers fairly soon, and the retail price is 500 Japanese yen, or about $5. So it'll be a little hard to find just because the name is confusing. Some people are calling it the Jetstream 3, but there's a bunch of Jetstream 3s already, and then I've seen 1 or 2 retailers differentiate it by calling it the Jetstream 3 More, as in M-O-R-E. So if you want to look for it, that's how you find it. So anyway, that's the new Jetstream multi-pen. Pretty cool idea, and it's nice to see Jetstream making some changes for their refills, which is something that affects almost all their pens, or almost all their multi-pens at least, as opposed to just one new pen coming out. Thanks for watching.